solid we're going to talk about are spheres. And a sphere is basically like a ball. Like if you talk about a basketball, that would describe a sphere. It would be all points that are equidistant from the center of the sphere. And like a basketball, it's filled with air. It's not solid. And so typically when we're talking about spheres, we don't mean it considered to be considered a solid. Although sometimes, like a baseball, we are talking about as if the whole sphere is filled as a solid. So you just read the problem to know whether they're talking about all the points included inside the sphere or just the points that are on the sphere equidistant from a center point. And there are a few different definitions of a sphere. Most people know what a sphere would look like, but it's the locus of all points that are distant from the center, R, and that R is the radius, and so spheres do have centers. A sphere could also be a surface that's determined when a circle or a semicircle is rotated in all directions. Or, this one we use less frequently, a sphere is the surface that represents the limit of inscribed regular polyhedrons. So if you had 5 sides inscribed inside and then made it 10 sides and then 30 sides and then 50 sides, well, as you got larger and larger and larger number of sides, eventually you'd wind up with a sphere. But we're going to mostly talk about spheres in the first two characterizations. So here's a sphere, and we have a radius, but the radius would not just go along this circle, but it would go to any point, the equidistant to any point in any direction from the center. And it's interesting because we do not say semisphere for a half sphere. No, even like the Earth is considered a sphere. The planets are considered spheres. So even we would break the Earth into hemispheres. Half of the Earth is considered a hemisphere.